So I know Barca fans are really happy this season given the amazing start we've had. But I think what they don't realize is that we haven't really played a strong opposition till now. I think the strongest opponent we played was either Villarreal or Monaco. But Bayern and Real Madrid within 4 days. I know a lot of players are returning. Dani almost back. Fermin Lopez is back. Gavi is supposedly going to be back around that time only, but I don't think he'll play. But I do think that this is the time where Barcelona fans must be more scared of right now, because again, this is going to be that make or break thing that, okay, Barcelona's been doing good, but are they actually good, or is it just like that, beginner's luck that the new manager is getting? So I'm really looking forward to it. I am very scared. I'll be very honest. I'm very scared given that it's Bayern. We have a horrible record against Bayern.
Yeah.
Like the Bayern game, even though it's in the group stage, is important because it's our first big fixture to play.
Yeah.
And like Bayern isn't as good as they used to be back then when we used to play them, when we used to lose to them. So I feel like if this Barcelona squad cannot defeat Bayern, that's sort of a thing where you would, guess that, oh, can this team only do well against the teams which don't matter, or on the bigger stages, or like say in the Champions League where Barcelona hasn't really have a good record in the last few years. Will they be able to get past that and start to establish themselves that no, this is not beginner's luck. We're actually playing very well and it's going to sort of, reward.
Yeah.
What do you think about it?
Yeah, I think Bayern is still a pretty tricky fixture. I think even now they have a decent squad. I know last year wasn't that good. I think more than that, I think for Barcelona, the important thing is not to lose momentum. I think they've done really well to kind of start. They had that match against Osasuna, but they've also done well to come back from it. So I think, like you said, they don't want to give that lead to Real Madrid. I think the best kind of outcome from these three matches will be if they stay atop the La Liga table and they don't lose, let's say, the momentum in the Champions League also. So I think these are all difficult fixtures for Barcelona, and the good thing is that there's a lot of players which are coming back. So I think Flick will have the whole team, and there might be more options to rotate as well. But I think if they can go through both Bayern and Real Madrid and get draws against both of them, I think that's also a good result for Barcelona.
So, I think the most exciting news of the week was the New England manager.
Yeah.
Well, we all know the hatred, not exactly the hatred, but the frustration against Southgate. It's such a great team, but, they are never able to go all the way. I know Southgate has sort of changed this team, but at the same time, he's not, able to get them past the finish line. How do you feel about Thomas Tuchel taking over the England squad, and at the same time, a German manager taking over a national team like England with, so much pressure?
Yeah. See, again, since I'm not an England fan, I'm not English. I don't know the kind of, let's say, animosity there is between English fans and German fans. There's been history of pretty crucial matches. There's that Lampard ghost goal also, which I think pinches a lot of English fans. So I get it why German, English kind of fans, they don't want a German coach. But I think at this level, at the international level, I think there's something as sports excellence. And Tuchel, we know he's a top coach, and I think it's one of the few times I've seen a very top coach kind of going into international management. There's Conte, there's Lopetegui has gone, but
Luis Enrique has gone.
But I think it's a pretty interesting choice for Tuchel because we've seen the kind of talent England has. I mean, if you compare England squad with any other squad, you can almost say that it's the best squad out there. So I think it's pretty exciting to see how Tuchel gets into this, how he uses the team, and he also has a lot more. He has a little more attacking kind of outlook than Southgate, which was one of the biggest criticisms. So I think pure from sporting kind of merit point of view, I think it sounds pretty good. It sounds like England is finally getting the type of coach which matches their squad. So I'm pretty excited to see, but I do agree, there's some cons as well. I think it adds even more pressure to this England team because now there's no excuses left. Earlier they used to kind of blame everything on Southgate or everything on, let's say, Maguire or someone. I think now the squad is good enough, the coach is good enough. So there's no excuses left. And second, I think it's the next tournament to go into, they have to win it. That's what their base is going to be now, because now you've appointed a German manager. So I think that's the expectation now.
No, I actually think that, England is like in that spot right now where Argentina used to be before they won anything, that going into every tournament, the expectation of the fans or anyone like, who knows
Yeah.
football has to be that like England has to win now. Because I feel like in the Euros also, England had the best squad. I think France
Yeah.
was close, but I know the Spain squad played beautifully, but on paper, they were nothing compared to the England squad.
Yeah.
The talent they have, and the fact is, everyone's doing so well. It kind of reminds me of that old golden generation where they had so many good players. I think there's going to be a lot of pressure on Tuchel because it's going to take a while to break that curse that they have. They haven't won anything since 1966.
Yeah.
And it's a shame that they haven't. But at the same time, it's going to be really exciting to see because Thomas Tuchel, even though he's a very good manager, has had like a bumpy career.
Yeah.
He's done very good with Chelsea. He's done okay with Paris Saint-Germain. And he was he was not really liked at Bayern.
Yeah.
So I feel like with that, England fans might be excited, but at the same time, still might be a little scared because even though Thomas Tuchel is good, like they don't trust the team anymore, I feel.
Yeah. Yeah, no, I think Tuchel has his own kind of merits and demerits. The thing is that he's seen the Premier League, he's seen the England system, so you expect him to understand the game the way English fans wants a lot more. But I think the other kind of counter side to this whole thing is that how does it reflect on the coaching system in England? Because like there are no top coaches from England right now, and ideally you'll want like Italy wants their best Italian manager to be their coach. Spain has a lot of good Spanish managers. Portugal have few good Portuguese managers.
Lionel
as well.
Scaloni is the biggest example.
Yeah, also Argentinian. I think that is something which a lot of people will have an issue with, that there are like Graham Potter, Eddie Howe, which are like English managers which are still coming up. They probably want it kind of like an English manager right now, will he kind of think that, oh, I'm not getting the chance to kind of represent my national team. So I think there's that side as well, which I understand. But I think if you have such a good team and you have an opportunity to get a top level manager, I think you just need to take it.
And I think India won the World Cup under Gary
Gary
Kirsten. So
Yeah, it works.
It works. Yes, it works.